I was reminded this weekend of a verse in Colossians, and it's chapter 3, verses 1 through 2. It says this: "Therefore, you have been raised up with Christ. Keep seeking the things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on the things above and not on things here on earth." And that was incredibly helpful to me during some particularly hard times in my life when I was really focused on the things in front of me. But for some reason, it came to my mind again this weekend when I started watching The Martian. And if you haven't seen the movie, don't worry, I won't spoil it for you. I recommend it, it's great. But I had almost an anxiety attack watching this movie, which doesn't often happen to me. I am an action movie extraordinaire. I love it. That's one of my favorite genres. But for some reason, the idea of being in space and being choked and not being able to be free in the atmosphere at any moment freaks me out, and it totally stresses me out. So I was watching this movie, and at one point I actually had to stand up and pace behind all of these people that were gathered watching this movie. I could not detach myself from it. I could not, even though I knew in my head that it was not real, that all of these actors were fine. Nobody, no Martians were harmed in the making of this movie. No Earthlings were harmed in the making of this movie. I knew that, and yet I still could not separate my emotions from this. And I thought, isn't that how we often go about our lives every day? We look at what's in front of us. We don't set our thoughts and our eyes on the things above, but we look at what's right in front of us here on earth, our challenge right now, right in front of us. And we forget that this is okay, that this challenge is not necessarily as important as Satan would want us to believe it is. And the things that are going on right in front of us are not always the most important. We need to set our eyes on things above. We can get stressed out, worked up, all of these things, but we know who wins. We know who wins the story. At the back of the Bible in Revelation, God wins. Jesus comes down, he wins for us, and helps us win that. And in order to live any other way is going to bring up anxiety. It's going to bring up more conflict in us. It's going to bring up these feelings of unease. And we just need to keep trusting that he's got this. He's got the end. He's got today. He had the past. He's got all of the days in between. And if we can keep our eyes on the things above and our thoughts on the things above, then those stresses, those worries that we have every day, they become a little less important, don't they? So today I encourage you to keep your eyes set on the things above.